Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Cougar Sports Network. It has been a long summer here on the campus of Concordia University Chicago, but we are back with the home opener for the Concordia Chicago Cougars going off against the Beavers of Blackburn College. We're about 5 to 10 minutes away from first serve here. We'll get through the national anthem, the starting lineups, and we will join you back in a few moments. But get ready for a highly contested matchup for your Concordia Chicago Cougars and the Blackburn Beavers. And we are back here on Cougar Sports Network. The starting lineups have been read, the national anthem has been played, and we are set to play volleyball. My name is Adam Gray. I am joined alongside my colleague here, Alfredo. Alfredo, what are you looking forward to going into this matchup between the Cougars and the Beavers?
Well, we know that we have only won one game this season, but I think that this team has a lot of potential, and we could possibly be looking at another win the second win of the season, actually. Although Blackburn does have 3 wins, they have kind of the opposite record. They have 3 wins and 1 loss, so I'm interested to see what we can accomplish today.
For sure. And speaking of matchups, the last time the Cougars have met the Beavers was September 7th of this last year. Hasn't been too friendly for the Beavers. The Cougars take the historic record 4 matches to none. So Beavers looking to kind of steal one today here in Geisman Gymnasium. But as I mentioned, going to be tough as the Cougars come in for this home opener. We have waited long enough. We are now back for women's volleyball. Some things to take note of going into the match here. Some point leaders for the Cougars specifically. Taking a look at India Day, number 1, at 44 points on the season, leading the team. Followed closely behind with number 10, Lily Hunt, on the year. So those are 2 of your key matchups that you want to look for going into this with the Cougars. Those are their higher scores. But taking a look at the Beavers, you got number 12, Zoe Mitchell, 33.5 points on the year already, only 4 games in, so she's got a lot of momentum going forward, but she's joined closely behind by Rianne Ward and Peyton Moglin. So we'll go ahead and see what we got in store here as we're served up by number 19, Milena Adler, received well by the Beavers. Sent over by number 13, Rachel Livesey, received well. Sent over by the Cougars. Beavers respond. Cougars try and save it, but not able to. Beavers taking the point there. One of the things you're going to want to see as well, it's early in the year. Students are coming back on campus. That's one thing a lot of people don't think about. Students are getting settled in, not just to their sports teams, but just college in general. So you're going to want to see a lot of aggression and a lot of intensity out of both of these teams trying to settle in early here. As the Cougars receive it, Hunt with the spike. As I mentioned, Lily Hunt, second on the team with points. Served up by Livesey. Served out of bounds, given the error on that. That then allows the Beavers to take over. Number 10, Riley Black, back to serve. See by the Cougars. Sent over by Hunt. Livesey. Day denied. Hunt sends it over. Beavers. 18, Rianne Ward sends it over to the Cougars. Livesey for Day. And just out of bounds. Long rally between the Cougars and the Beavers. Beavers take the points. Keeping Riley Black back to serve the ball.
Yeah, the Beavers seem to be getting a better start, but the Cougars are very motivated. They have come from 1 loss, but regardless of that, before that loss, there was a win. So,
and as you say that is an ace for Riley Black, straight off of the back of the player. Number 18, Janelle White, not able to maintain that ball. Give that point to number 14, Michaela Lavoie. Nice little tap over the net. Correction, point was to the Beavers. Ruled out of bounds. India Day sends it over. And point is given to the Cougars, finally by India Day. Cougars down 5-2 right now. Michaela Lavoie back to serve for the Cougars. And that is another service error for the Cougars. A lot of errors and misfires so far. Cougars not really, they're setting up their offense well, just not able to really execute and get that final point. Now number 4, Naomi Landsaw back to serve. Sent over by the Beavers. Controlled by the Cougars. Day. Meglin. Received well by the Cougars. Sent over to Day again. And deflected out of bounds. Point for the Cougars. India Day, as I mentioned, leader in points for the Cougars. Very aggressive, as you can see on that far side.
Yeah, I think if there's a key player in this team, it's going to be India Day in order to win this.
You could tell they're trying to push their offense through India, but she rotates now to the closer side of the court. As Ava Fitzgerald sends the ball over, Meglin sends it back. Brown sends it over, received by the Beavers. Cougars send it back. Meglin finishes the rally. Point for the Beavers.
One very interesting thing to point about India Day is that she's actually a freshman, and we've been seeing a huge trend of these new incoming freshmen stepping up in most of the CUC teams.
Recruiting is a big key, especially in Division III schools, smaller schools. Making sure you have the right talent, the right pieces around you is important. As we mentioned that, Beavers take the point, sending Peyton Meglin back to serve once more. But yeah, recruiting is definitely an important key when it comes to really any small school like this. Making sure you have good talent constantly coming in. Received by the Cougars, sent back over. Blocked by number 24, Harmony Cooper. Trying to get her team going. Down 8-4 in this set. Harmony Cooper doing what she can with the block. Back to serve now is India Day. Day is leading the team as well with service aces. However, commits an error there, giving the Beavers a point. Back to serve now is Alexis Frey for the Beavers. Set up for Meglin, and blocked again by Cooper. Harmony Cooper, 5'10", out of Chicago, Illinois. Bloom Township, homegrown. Once again, sophomore, young talent. Cougars set it up. Blocked by the Beavers. Combination of Riley Black and Becca Benoit forcing a timeout by the Cougars. We'll go ahead and step aside until we return. And we are back now. Back in play. Serving for the Beavers, Kennedy Frey. And that is an ace for Kennedy Frey. She does lead the team with service aces. She had 10 on the year, make that 11. Dangerous server. Cougars need to be prepared. Cougars just have to send it over. Set up for 10 in the middle and finished off by Riley Black.
Starting to get a little bit complicated for the Cougars. Not exactly the best start, not the start that you want.
Riley Black not necessarily known for accumulating points, but doing well here early. Cougars receive it well, set up well for number 14, Michaela Lavoie, sending it down. Now you start to see Lily Hunt being rotated back into the mix. We're going to send Milena Adler back to serve for the Cougars. Set up well, just sends it over. White sets it up for Hunt. Dug out by the Beavers. Adler for Day. Tipped by the Cougars, 17, Ella Person getting the point for the Beavers. That then allows for McKenna Dugan to go back and serve for the Beavers. Dugan with 6 aces on the year and gets a 7th. I'll tell you what, their leading ace servers, they are showing up. They are showing up to play. The last 2 leading ace servers have scored on their serves. Hunt sends it over just a little short, a little low into the net.
I believe there's a bit of miscommunication there. There's a little bit of loss of focus. They really need to stay a little bit more focused because they're behind by a lot.
Dugan sends it over. Controlled this time well by the Cougars. Set up for Hunt. And Hunt gets the point for the Cougars. Cougars have some work to do, down 15-7 in this current set. Rachel Livesey back to serve. Dug out by Frey, sent over. Hunt. And she puts it down. Make that 2 in a row for Lily Hunt. And that's what you need to see from your leading scorers. You see Hunt and Day both on the court for the Cougars. You're going to need to see them put some points up here. Blocked by Hunt. Set up again, opposite side. Black gets the point for the Beavers.
Great attempt by Rachel Livesey. There's not much she could do. It was way too far.
The Beavers are doing well on controlling the runs for the Cougars. You see they get a couple of points, and then the Beavers just put a squash on what they're trying to do. Sends it over to Hunt again. And it is tipped off the back and out of bounds. Point for the Cougars. Michaela Lavoie sent back to serve. You now have Cooper, Day, and Hunt all in the front line for the Cougars. Dug out by the Beavers. Sent over to Ward, who just sends it over. Cooper with the switch up. Went in strong, but tried to tap it. Blocked by the Beavers. Going back to serve, number 4, Naomi Lansaw. Strong serve, controlled well by the Cougars. Sent over by Hunt, denied. Day this time. I believe they call that a net violation, possibly. Double hit. Not too sure of the call, but point goes the Cougars' way. Number 11, Ava Fitzgerald back to serve. I believe the call on the last one was the elbow touched the net by the Beavers, which is why the Cougars got the point there. Day sending it over. Saved up so Meglin can just send it back. Day once more and gets the point for the Cougars. Like I mentioned before, let's see if the Cougars can try and put together a little run here, down 6.
It's Ava Fitzgerald, one of the more experienced players on this team, one of the seniors.
Set up, pushed over, and finished. Number 12, Jordan Brown with the play.
And just like previously mentioned, Eva Fitzgerald setting that one up again. That's 2 in a row, actually. Really shows how much experience and how she brings to the team.
100%. And the Cougars get an ace with that. Ava Fitzgerald, as you mentioned, showing up to play. Leave it to the senior to lead her team back on this rally. Leave it to the senior, Ava Fitzgerald. Timeout called by the Beavers. We'll go ahead and step aside. And we are back out of the quick timeout there. Where we left off, Ava Fitzgerald on a run. Beavers had to call a timeout to cool her off a little bit. Let's see if she can continue. Received well by the Beavers. And point for the Beavers. Becca Benoit.
It's a great run of points that came to an end, but the important thing is that we're getting closer to catching up. 14-18, it's not as bad as it was before.
Meglin with the serve. Cooper with the spike. Give the point to the Cougars. Harmony Cooper, 5'10", big frame, able to extend and get that ball up and down. India Day with the serve. Sent over. Dug out by White. Sent over by Livesey. And point for the Cougars. Rachel Livesey from the far side. As I mentioned, or as you mentioned specifically, Alfredo, Rachel Livesey being able to perform here. Day sending it over. Hard attempt by Benoit. But Cooper puts another point on the board.
It's an absolute comeback, 17-18. I think we've got enough to actually win this entire set.
All spurred, like you said, by Ava Fitzgerald, the upperclassman. Beavers looking to get a point back. And once again, Harmony Cooper in combination with Jordan Brown getting the point for the Cougars. And they have tied up the set, 18-18. Storming back. Can the Beavers quell the run? And they will not. That's an ace. India Day. India Day leading the team with aces. Doing what she does. Questions about the point? Not going to get any reductions here. Sent over. Set up for Benoit. Controlled by the Cougars. Brown. Point for the Cougars. Jordan Brown.
Is it just me, or has Ava Fitzgerald been involved in about 75% of the points today?
She's been all over the place. And I mean, right now with the lineup of Jordan Brown, Harmony Cooper, Rachel Livesay up front, and then India Day doing what she can, serving. Unable to get the point there for the Cougars, but yeah, the lineup that they have out here definitely brought the Cougars back and took them the lead.
Yeah, I think they found their perfect lineup for the end of this set, and I think they should keep it if they want to win this.
Coach is definitely going to stick with that rotation, I feel like. As Frey sends it over, the Beavers secure the point. Becca Benoit, she's been a little active on that far side for the Beavers. Score is tied, 20-20. Jordan Brown, light tap, and into the pocket for the point. Nice change of pace hit for Jordan Brown, just dumping it right into the middle of the pocket, getting the point. That allows Janelle White to go back and serve for the Cougars. Bump, set, and punched over. Controlled by the Cougars. Livesay with the point. Rachel Livesay. Doesn't need to really get up high to get those points. Just a little tap over the net. Controlled by the Beavers. Spike. And they're calling a tip. Ava Fitzgerald surprised that they said that she tipped the ball. Coach, getting an explanation. Point is confirmed for the Beavers. Tipped by 11, Fitzgerald. Allowing number 21, Kennedy Frey, to go back and serve for the Beavers. Dug up nicely by the Cougars. Bump, bump. Livesay sending it over. And point for the Cougars.
This coming to a cardiac finish to this set. And honestly, I think we have this in the bag, but we can't get too confident just yet.
Have to stay aggressive. And this has all been led by Ava Fitzgerald and Rachel Livesay, two upperclassmen. I know we talked about the youth talent, but really experience and that veteran leadership takes you out of adversity at the end of the day. Hunt denied at the net. Sent over to Livesay. And that is number 18, Rianne Ward for the Beavers, securing the point.
Yeah, like you previously mentioned, I think it's that combination of youth and experience that helps out this team be really balanced.
Battling back from 7 points to take the lead going into the last couple of points here is definitely impressive. But the Cougars need to finish. Lily Hunt is looking to do that. Lily Hunt with the spike. 24-22 set point for the Cougars. Rachel Livesay back to serve. Dug out by the Cougars. Day just has to send it over. Bump, set. And Meglin with the hard attempt, but it is a point for the Cougars, meaning the Cougars take the first set 25-22. We'll go ahead, switch sides, take a quick break, and we'll join you on the other side. And we are back here on Cougar Sports Network. 49 seconds until this second set here to kick off between the Cougars and the Beavers. Alfredo, what did you think of that first set?
It was a fantastic set, honestly. Towards the end, in the beginning, we struggled a bit, and it seemed to be that we were going to get absolutely blown out of the water. But we actually came back, and that was thanks to a lot of very important players like India Day, Ava Fitzgerald, Rachel Livesay, and Hermione Cooper. So that's one of the things to note about this this first set.
Yeah, and I mean, going into the second set, you saw a lot of activity up in that front line from the Cougars. Also from the Beavers. Number 21, Kennedy Frey, serving very well. I feel like the one area that the Cougars can improve are receiving those service attempts. For example, like I said, Kennedy Frey, Peyton Meglin, all doing well on the service, in the service area. So the Cougars just need to be able to play good defense on receiving those serves and being able to set up a good attack.
Yeah, I had mentioned very early on that there seemed to be a lack of focus in the beginning of the set, but as soon as they, started locking in, then they were able to get back into it, and there was a comeback. It was evidently a huge comeback, and it's fantastic to see the Cougars actually achieve that.
I agree. And as we get started here in the second set, the Beavers will be the first ones to serve. Serving is number 21, Kennedy Frey. Sent over by the Beavers. Hunt, aggressive in the opening start of this set. Give the point to the Cougars. Rachel Livesay now back to serve. Barely picked up by the Beavers, scrambling on defense, and tapped over by number 14, Michaela Lavoie.
It's exactly the start that you want to see to the second set. Shows that we're not really just okay with having the first set. We want the second set. We want to end it at the second set.
Cougars very active on offense so far. Sent over. Bump, bump. Hunt with the attack. Set up for Person, and takes the point for the Beavers. Ella Person. Number 7, McKenna Dugan back to serve for the Beavers. Set up for Day. Receive well, Meglin. Meglin again. And she gets the point for the Beavers. Peyton Meglin, like I mentioned, one of the top 3 leaders on the team with points. Expected to be scoring points for these Beavers. Hunt doing what she does, getting points for the Cougars also. Michaela Lavoie back to serve for the Cougars now. The serve. Set up for Meglin, far side. And deflected off of Cooper, landing on the ground. Point for the Beavers.
It's a very back and forth start. We'll see how it evolves throughout the set.
Meglin only securing 1 point in that last set, now coming to life in this set, as number 10, Riley Black, serves to the Cougars. Set up for Day, close side, deflected off the Beavers, point for the Cougars. And now you start to see that lineup that we had in the end of the first set that spurred this run. Ava Fitzgerald back to serve. Received well by the Beavers. Just sent over. Bump, set. Jordan Brown with the spike. And the point.
And once again, you see Ava Fitzgerald setting up another point. It's fantastic what she's been doing this entire game.
It's kind of that death lineup that they're running. Like I said, they ran at the end of set 1, came back on that big run, and hey, there she is again. Ava Fitzgerald getting down on the court. Another ace.
She plays with such confidence. You always want a player like that.
Hey, senior from Texas, looking to have a good time in her last year. Can she get another ace? And she does. Another jig for Ava Fitzgerald. You see it again. She had it last set, taking the Cougars back into the lead. Received this time well by the Beavers, sent over by Meglin. Day. And number 18, Rianne Ward with the point for the Beavers, stopping that temporary run by the Cougars. Now back to serve for the Beavers, number 4, Naomi Landsaw. Serve by the Cougars, set. And Harmony Cooper with a little gentle tap over the net. Point for the Cougars, 8-4. India Day back to serve for the Cougars. And I'll tell you what, Harmony Cooper up there being 5'10" in the middle, giving the Beavers some struggles, as you see the error by India Day. But Harmony Cooper is definitely being an irritant to the Beavers right now. Now back to serve, number 24, Peyton Meglin. And that's an ace for Meglin. Meglin with 3 service aces on the year coming into this. Make that her 4th. Not known for aces. Getting one there. Serving it back. Livesey strong from the close side and gets the point from the Cougars. Rachel Livesey.
It's the same players that we've been mentioning all game. It's the ones that are stepping up and the ones that are bringing us to a win.
And we said it in the last set as well. We figured that coach would go with this rotation to kind of keep those stronger players out there, those with the hot hands. Speaking of hot hands, number 17, Ella Person with another point. Now serving number 16, Alexis Frey. Given the players out there for the Cougars, though, they should be able to defend well against the serve. Which they do. Oh. Just touches the net. Ava Fitzgerald giving the Beavers the point on that play.
Let's hope that this isn't what we saw in the first half when there was a comeback, but this time on the other side. Hopefully the Beavers don't come back like that.
I think that's why Coach has some of those veteran players out there, as Jordan Brown hits the net, giving the Beavers another point. But I believe Coach does have those more veteran players out there to keep the tempers down, keep the blood pressure down a little bit, stay calm, and just know that they can weather the storm, just maintain control. As Livesey sends it over to Fitzgerald, Day sends it over the net, and Miss aims it just out of bounds. Point for the Beavers.
It's coming to a 10-9. We're behind a little bit, but nothing to be too worried about just yet.
And Alexis Frey back serving for the Beavers. She is a freshman herself, leading the charge in this. Livesey has to send it over to White just to send it over the net. Set. And spiked down by number 10, Riley Black. And that'll spur a timeout for the Cougars. That means we will step aside. And we are back with more action between the Beavers and the Cougars. Second set is 11 for the Beavers, 9 for the Cougars, as Alexis Frey sends it over. Jordan Brown with the strong attempt. And yet again, another point for the Beavers. The Beavers have been on a small run here.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate run for the Cougars because they were up ahead, and now they're starting to trail back a little bit.
Received by the Cougars. Sent over by Lavoie. And blocked by Lavoie. Putting a stop to that Beaver run. Now going back to serve number 19, Milena Adler. The Cougars are receiving the service attempts well, which is one thing that I did like to see them do going into this set, but they aren't able to execute the point. Let's see if they're able to do it here as Hunt sends it over, and she does. Lily Hunt. Lily Hunt has been consistent, as she has been in this early part of the season. Just look to continue to her for her veteran leadership to continue to hold these Cougars up. Sent over by the Beavers, received well by the Cougars. Livesey gets the point for the Cougars. Rachel Livesey.
That's a tied game now, and we're going to hope that we can come back after already being up in the beginning of the set.
Once again, junior out of Illinois. But this time it's the freshman, India Day, with the point. Still serving is Adler. And that's an ace for Adler. Milena Adler, sophomore out of Fenton, Missouri. Resurrection College Prep. Sent over by Benoit, received by the Cougars. Livesey sends it back with authority. Point for the Cougars. Now you're starting to see that little bit of a switch up, Alfredo. Starting to see a run for the Cougars, and that's what you like to see.
Yeah, absolutely, and let's hope that this is how the first set ended, in which we just took point after point and got as much of an advantage as possible.
Set up for Hunt on the far end, and she gets the point for the Cougars. That'll spur a timeout by the Beavers. We'll go ahead and step aside for a few minutes. And we are back with action here in Geisman Gymnasium, beautiful campus of Concordia, Chicago. Cougars with the serve, Adler sending it over. That is Benoit, Hunt, White, and the Cougars send it over. Cougars scrambling, but not able to salvage the point. Point for the Beavers. This allows the Beavers to now go back and serve. Number 21, Kennedy Frey. Quick break in the action. Now we're back. Received well by the Cougars. Livesey sending it over. Bump. Set. Sent back by the Beavers. Sent over by Hunt. Sent over to Hunt. And Maddie Kay with the attempt, but just misses, giving the Cougars the point. Rachel Livesey back to serve.
This is a very good opportunity right here. Rachel Livesey has been doing fantastic, so let's hope that she can get us a few points because we're very close to this Cougars win.
Cougars not able to dig that point out. Give the point to the Beavers. But yeah, you're hoping now with, like you said, Rachel Livesey out there, Lily Hunt out there. You're going to want some production coming out of those two, which they have been, but you're going to want to receive this serve first. Sent over by Dugan. It is received. Oh, a little miscommunication. Sent over. Set up. And point for Lily Hunt. Little bit of a scramble there. Miscommunication on who was getting the ball, but able to salvage it. Lily Hunt finishing off the point for the Cougars there. Getting the subs in. We now have a new face stepping onto the court for the Cougars. Number 6, Bethany Rothel. Bethany, the junior out of Westby, Wisconsin. See by the Beavers. Sent over. Set. Spike. Harmony Cooper. How many times have we heard that name today?
Quite a lot, actually. She's very important to the team.
Bethany Rothel back to serve. Point for the Beavers. Giving the Beavers the ball. Riley Black back to serve. Riley Black with an ace in the last set. Let's see if she's able to replicate. Receive well by the Cougars. And India Day going up strong, getting up high, and getting the point for the Cougars. And I tell you what, India Day, she is exciting to watch. Freshman, just scratching the surface of her potential, but you could tell the athleticism is there.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting to see how she develops throughout these next few years for this team, who has a lot of potential, a lot of young players, and a lot of other.
And just speaking of her, India Day once again with another point. Ava Fitzgerald back to serve for the Cougars. Ava has had one heck of a day so far. A little bit of a scramble by the Beavers. Controlled by the Cougars. Day up strong again. Sent over. Set. Cougars have a chance to attack. And Meglin takes advantage. Point for the Beavers. Ball now goes back to the Beavers to serve. Rianne Ward.
This might be the last opportunity that the Beavers get to come back. There's not much points that they could get on the board, but we'll see what happens.
Cougars only 4 points away from taking this set. Beavers looking to make a little bit of a run here late. Meglin with the tap, denied by the Cougars. Sent over, dug out. Meglin again, and point for the Beavers. Beavers looking to make a run. Ward sending it over, received by Livesey. In the air from Fitzgerald today. Blocked at the net initially, but not able to save the point. Another point for the Beavers. 3-point run so far.
They're closing up on tying the Cougars with only 3-point difference.
Cougars looking to close out this set. Cooper. Ward. Bump. And sent over by Day. Dug out initially. And too many hits for the Beavers. Give the Cougar the point. Cougars up 22-18. Only need 25 to take this set.
This is the golden opportunity to make a run. And we're gonna see India Day either one to take the set.
Leader in service aces sends it over the net. Meglin responds. Dug out by Cooper. Sent over. And point for the Beavers. Great effort by Cooper there, digging that out of the ground, but not able to salvage the points afterwards. Meglin back to serve for the Beavers. 22-19, going to 25. White calls for it. Fitzgerald sets it up for Livesey. Receive well. Scramble by the Cougars. Sends it over. Cooper, change of pace, tap, and gets the point for the Cougars. Harmony Cooper making her presence felt once again late in the set. Now back to serve, Janelle White. Bump, set, spike by Livesey, and point for Livesey.
And this could be it. This could be the one to win the set.
Set point for the Cougars, set up by Livesey on that last play. Janelle White with the ball in her hands, looking to serve. Bump, set, spike by Person, sent back. And they give the point to the Cougars. Point, set, over. Cougars take the second set 25-19. We'll go ahead and switch sides. We'll also go ahead and step aside for a few moments. And we are back on Cougar Sports Network. Cougars up 2-0 in this matchup here. As I mentioned in the onset, historically this is how it has gone for the Beavers against the Cougars. Cougars pretty dominant in a majority of their matches, but a pretty good fight here up to this point, don't you think, Alfredo?
Yeah, I think it's been fantastic. Like I said, the first set was a little bit of a struggle. The second set, we dominated a little bit more. We had a few moments in which we were also kind of struggling. But overall, I think the Cougars have done a much better job than the Beavers.
I agree. And like I said, going into that second set, that they needed to defend the serves a lot better, which they did. I believe they only got about 2 kills, or 2 aces, I should say, the Beavers did. So the Cougars were able to bounce back, defend those services a lot better, but now they really need to focus on executing and getting those points. They're good on the defensive end. They just need to be able to convert that, turn that into offense, and execute with those points there. However, taking a look going into this third set, we're now taking a look at number 19 back for the Cougars, ready to serve, Milena Adler. And point for the Beavers. First point of the third set here, awarded to the Beavers, sending number 24, Peyton Meglin, back to serve. Meglin with 1 service ace. Last set. Sends it over this time. And net was touched, apparently, by the Cougars, so point will be awarded to the Beavers. Meglin still serving. Meglin, the only player on the Beavers last set to score an ace. So Concordia has definitely tamping down on the aces. Lily Hunt sends it over. And blocked by the Cougars. Combination of Ava Quevedo and number 19, Milena Adler. Rachel Livesey now back to serve. Sent over. Received well by the Cougars. Day with the tap and the point for the Cougars. India Day with 4 points in that last set. Having a great day up to this point.
I think there's that morale kind of thing going on right now because the Cougars are so far ahead. And it's really taking a toll on the Beavers.
And I mentioned this in the onset as well. I would have really loved to see the Cougars come out, be aggressive. And it does seem like they are up to this point. Very active on the offensive end. Rachel Livesey with the ace. But yeah, you mentioned it. Being aggressive early on, making sure they keep the pressure on. They had a little slip up in the beginning, but they seem to have found their rhythm here. And a little too hard for the Beavers, giving the point to the Cougars.
Yeah, and it's normal to have a bit of a struggle in the beginning. It's also volleyball, so you get points for both sides often. It's not a big deal as long as you can maintain the advantage pretty well.
Definite ebbs and flows, definitely a game of runs, just like basketball is. So whoever can maintain that edge and the pressure really has the advantage. India Day staying consistent, getting another point for the Cougars. Set up for Lily Hunt and sends it over, getting the point for the Cougars. Cougars on a good run up to this point, 6-2. Sent over by Livesey. And just missed out of bounds, not giving the point to the Cougars, instead to the Beavers. Beavers stopping that run by the Cougars, now sending number 10, Riley Black, back to serve. Rejected at the net temporarily. Taken back by the Beavers, sent over. And a routine hit by the Beavers, not controlled by the Cougars. Give the point to the Beavers. Black back to serve. Dug by Day. Set up for Hunt. And deflected out of bounds by the Beavers. Point for the Cougars. Now back to serve for the Cougars. Number 18, Janelle White. Janelle White, part of that run in the second set to close out that set. Giving the victory to the Cougars. Setting them up for success in this third one. Received by White. Set up for Day. And finished by Day once again. Beavers need to call a timeout to try and cool off India Day, and the day that she is having, we'll go ahead and step aside for a few moments. And we are back here on Cougar Sports Network. India Day showing up to play for the Cougars. Only a freshman out of Maryville, Indiana, 5'6", but she is making her presence felt on that far and close side of the net.
We're going to see Janelle White start the game. She's actually a senior, one of the most experienced players on this team. It'll be her last year, so we hope she has a great season.
Adler and Day, the only underclassmen out there. Day being the freshman, Adler being the sophomore. All the rest are upperclassmen. So you're kind of seeing that mix of veteran leadership and young talent out there on the court for the Cougars. Received well by the Beavers, however. Sent over by Person. Sent back by Day. Person again. And gets the point for the Beavers. Ella Person. If there is one thing I noticed, the energy level of the Beavers is kind of down a little bit. Not a lot of energy. You're noticing the Cougars smiling, energetic, clapping on the left side here. Want to see a bit of an energy shift from the Beavers. Get into this game a little more.
Yeah, you can start to see the fatigue, and as well, not just
blocked by Cooper. Cooper cutting you off there, Alfredo.
Yeah, absolutely. Not just the physical fatigue, but also mentally. You're starting to see that. Like I said before, it's taking a toll that they're so far behind.
Early in the year, early in the season, just need to settle in.
Yeah, and it's not even just this set. It's overall in the game. They're a little bit behind.
Not contained well by the Cougars, giving the Beavers the point there. Starting to make some traction. Down 7-8 now. Hunt with the spike. A little too hard, though. Point for the Beavers. Naomi Lansaw still back serving for the Beavers. Set up for Hunt. Strong attempt again. Out of bounds again. Point for the Beavers. More so about the errors from Concordia than the good defense from the Beavers. All the same, doesn't matter. Points are points. Day sends it over. Receive well. person. Hunt. Beavers wanted a touching the net by Cooper, but will not get it. Point for the Cougars. Ava Fitzgerald back to serve for the Cougars. Ava Fitzgerald also having a day for the Cougars. One of that more consistent veteran presence. Bumped over by the Beavers. Set up for Day, far side, and a little too short on the net. Point for the Beavers. McKenna Dugan now back to serve for the Beavers. Sevewell sent over. Kate Foley. And point for the Cougars.
Starting to really see a really back and forth kind of thing right now. One team gets a point, the other team gets a point immediately right after. It's starting to get into like very interesting territory.
Tied 10-10, sent over by Day. Dug out by White, set up for Cooper. Benoit with the attack. And now Foley. Kate Foley with the point. Kate Foley, the senior out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Once again, another veteran coming in here and stepping up for the Cougars.
Great effort by Kate Foley and a fantastic setup for from Ava Fitzgerald.
Day with the serve. Meglin with the attack. Sent over by Day. And too strong for Day. Out the back. Point for the Beavers. Now back to serve, number 16, Alexis Frey. Alexis Frey having a decent day with serving. No aces, but being consistent with getting the ball in play. Kate Foley with the send. Set up for Black. Sent back by Livesey. And too strong by the Beavers. Point for the Cougars. White subbing out now for Cooper. Harmony Cooper. Back for the serve for the Cougars. Harmony Cooper, 5'10" sophomore out of Chicago, Illinois. Having a great day so far. Mainly see her at the front of the net. Let's see how she serves. Wanted the ace, saw her get excited, but controlled by the Cougars. And instead, Rachel Livesey gets the point with authority.
This is the moment for some of those important players to really show up for the Cougars. We've already mentioned them: Ava Fitzgerald, Rachel Livesey, India Day.
And Harmony Cooper with the save. Rejected. Number 26, Ava Quevedo. Harmony Cooper on that last play, digging the save, setting it up, allowing for the Beavers to get the ball, but sent back by Quevedo. Saved by the Beavers. And Brooke Cawthon touching the net, giving the Cougars the point on that play. Finding consistency here, 15-11, third set. Harmony Cooper to serve. Kate Foley tempted to touch the ball in the net, but doesn't, giving the point for the Cougars. Received well by the Beavers. Sent over by Person, rejected. Dug out by Foley. Quevedo sends it over and gets the point. Timeout called by the Blackburn Beavers, trying to prevent this from getting out of hand. We'll join you in a few seconds. And we are back here in Geisman Gymnasium. Home opener for the Concordia Chicago Cougars, going well for them. Up 2-0. Up 17-11 in this third set here, only needing 3 to finish out the match. Back to serve for the Cougars is Harmony Cooper. She's been on a little bit of a run. Been able to serve the past 4 times.
So let's hope she can continue that.
And we jinxed it right there with the service ace out of bounds. Service error gives the point to the Beavers, allowing number 21, Kennedy Frey, to step back. Sends it over, controlled by Livesey. Sent over by Livesey, and gets the point. Rachel Livesey doing it herself. Point given to the Cougars on that last one, meaning they are allowed to serve on this one. Melena Adler back to serve for the Cougars. Set up well by the Cougars. And Ava Quevedo coming alive here in the third set. Another freshman out of Colorado Springs. Bump, set. Spiked over by Brooke Cathan, but not strong enough. Point Cougars, 20-12. A little bit of a tap by the Beavers into the pocket, securing the point for them.
And there goes the run of points that we had. Comes to an end, but nevertheless, we have 7 points ahead. So we're pretty at a pretty good spot. They have a pretty good advantage.
And I believe we went on like a 5, 6, 7 point run there. It was a pretty decent run for the Cougars. Beavers looking to get back into this. Served by Meglin, and that's an ace for Peyton Meglin.
Yeah, that run that you mentioned, it reminds me a little bit of the run in the first set where we actually came back. This one, in this case, we're ahead, so let's hope that we can maintain that.
Meglin looking to get another ace. Received well by the Cougars. Sent over hard by Livesey. Saved. Sent over. Set up for Ward, received by the Cougars. Hunt this time, didn't make it over the net. Point for the Beavers. Cougars looking to finish out this set strong, not allowing the Beavers to come back into this. Received well by the Cougars. Sniper by Quevedo, received well though. This time a light tap, and give the point to the freshman. Cougars up 21-15. Third set.
Ava Quevedo, she's stepping up. She's been given a few minutes, and she's really doing a great job as a freshman.
The senior, Rachel Livesay, back to serve. And a little too strong. Ella Person hitting it over the net. Thought it was going to be tipped by a Concordia Cougar, but it was not. Rachel Livesay, the junior, back to serve. Received well by the Beavers. Quick tap. Scrambling. Set up well for Person. Hunts with the try. And the point. Lily Hunt. And once again, the closing lineup. You got India Day out there with with veteran leadership. Rachel Livesay, Janelle White, Lily Hunt. Set up for Person, close side. Meglin sends it over. Set up for Person. Livesay with the save. Black with the send over. Day with the send back. Goes off to the top. Long rally. And finally ended. Cougars securing that long point.
This could be the end of it.
We are at the match point. 24-15. Rachel Livesay sends it over. Quevedo sends it back. Set. Spike. And the Cougars take the third set, meaning they also take the match. Highly contested match all the way up until this point. However, 25-15 for the Cougars' way. Cougars secure the entire match, 3-0, now totaling their historic total as 5-0 over the Blackburn College Beavers. It has been one heck of a day. What do you think closing this out, Alfredo?
Well, I think that we've done great. It started off, like I said, a little bit kind of wobbly in the first set, but we were able to recover, and we actually won with a pretty good lead in every single set. I think that the Beavers, although they tried really well, they really weren't anywhere near what this Cougars team can do and what the potential of this Cougars team still is going into the rest of the season.
You see the mix of veteran leadership, young talent, and it led the Cougars, even though in that first set, like you said, they were down a little bit in the middle of that, but the veteran leadership brought them through the adversity, kept them fighting all the way through the end.
Yeah, this really brings the Cougars to a very positive end, and they could be looking at this as the potential beginning of a very, very good season.
Cougars have not started conference play yet. This now brings their entire win total to 2-3 on the year. Their next matchup will be next Friday at Wheaton College for the Maryland Scribner Invitational. They will face off against Lawrence University, University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point, and, of course, Wheaton College. That's all we got for you today, folks. As I mentioned, this was the home opener here in Geisman. This will not be the last time we hope to see you. Other than that, thank you all for watching, and God bless. Palmer of the Cougars. Great win, Coach, but how did it feel? First time in Guys in Gymnasium of the year.
Yeah, I mean, it feels good. It's always nice to be home. We took a big road trip last weekend, so it's always nice to come back home and, not have to wake up super early and drive a lot of vehicles pretty far. So, but it was good. It was nice to be home, and I thought it was a really good match.
Awesome. And talking about the match, obviously you got some pretty solid key performances out of your veterans, Lily Hunt, Ava Fitzgerald, but you also had great performances from your younger players, India Day, Harmony Cooper, another one. So can you kind of talk to the philosophy of balancing that veteran leadership with the young talent you got on your squad?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the standard here is that anyone can play at any time, and we need everybody to be able to play at any moment. Injuries happen, sometimes bad games happen, and so everyone has to be able to step up and play at a high level. And so we want to integrate everybody as early and as often as possible. And so we've had some big contributions from freshmen and returners, and it's been really nice to see us kind of balance the offense out.
Awesome. And then what's kind of your philosophy? Obviously, we haven't played any conference matchups yet. Yeah. So what are these kind of tune-up games, so to say, with college, Blackburn College and all these other schools that you're going to be facing next week Friday?
Yeah. It's really about getting our feet wet into the regular season. Preseason when you get some scrimmages in, it's a different level. It just gets a little bit faster. Your mistakes kind of ramp up big time. They show up a little bit bigger, and so for us, it's really about tuning up and making sure we're firing all cylinders and really kind of developing where our identity is for this group this year.
Awesome. And then final question for you. What's one thing that you want the Concordia fans to know about this team going into this year?
Yeah, I mean, we're young and we're aggressive and dynamic, and this group's a lot of fun, and would love to see people come out, fill up our gym, and cheer us on as we take on our competition.
And you heard it here first, folks. Well, you'll see the Cougars back in action next week Friday at the Maryland Scribner Invitational. They'll face 3 different teams there, Wheaton College next week Friday, but for here, that's all we got at Guys in Gymnasium. Other than that, stay safe, stay blessed, and we'll see you next time.